People for months have been talking shit about me, accusing me of disgusting things, and I'm sick of it. And I doubt people will listen, considering no one bothered to listen to my side of the story and just jumped on the hate train without a second thought. Let's start from the beginning. I never advocated rape or pedophilia. Some dumbass has just accused me of such disgusting things because they either misunderstood me or jumped to conclusions or both. I never advocated anything. The idea to rape rapists was just an idea I had. It was never something I would try to pass as a law. These people are fucking retarded, claiming that I said children should be molested for bad behavior. No, I said sex offenders should be molested themselves, and I used a cartoon character as my example to avoid offending anyone. People were so dedicated to defending Cartman with all their heart and had the audacity to claim that I was a rape apologist, despite the fact that they were defending a character with a criminal history of rape, child abuse, and child pornography, which is pure hypocrisy. And also that I was taking a show way too seriously, which is ironic since they did that very thing, throwing a bitch fit over what I said about a fucking cartoon character. And don't say this was all about the quote-unquote rape victims. They aren't rape victims, they're just idiots who made that up. And the arguments people make to defend these idiots are pure retardation or hypocrisy. Let me show you what I mean. People say that I don't believe them because they didn't show proof and that their experience would have been traumatic, blah blah blah, and they wouldn't want to talk about it. Yeah, but I have a right to know, considering they use their stories to gain more leverage when shit-talking me. I want to know if I'm actually being slandered by real victims, or if they're just making it up. Considering the whole argument is against me, I have a right to know if their stories are at all legitimate. And I'm not doubting them because they showed no proof. It's for many reasons, like how they lied about many other things, or that they kept dodging my questions specifically so they could talk shit about me. People have also tried to manipulate me with the argument, what if someone called you a liar? Which is something I can totally relate to, considering that's exactly what Rogue, Ari, and everyone else did to me, calling me a liar for disputing the claims that I supported pedophilia. So the real question is, what gave them the entitled right to call me a liar, but when I feed them the same shit back, I get shunned for it? How is that fair? It was not a case of me doing it because I supported pedophilia. It was a case of me giving them a taste of their own medicine. And they decided to put the blame on me because they have a narrative to sell. And mentioning that they did the same thing beforehand would destroy the narrative, wouldn't it? Same thing goes for saying shit like liars deserve to be raped. That was retaliation for the equally disgusting things people said about and to me. I remember Rogue showed a picture of John Wayne Gacy, who is a child serial killer, and said to me, "This is you." Ari showed me a picture of Cartman touching a dog's penis with the same tagline. Those were very scumbag things to say. So again, what gave them the entitled right to say disgusting things to me, yet when I decide to do the exact same thing to them, I get shunned for it, with zero disregard for what they did beforehand? The answer is, they don't have the entitled right. I know this because Ari and Rogue downplayed their disgusting deeds while overblowing mine to look like the heroes. It's not fucking fair for people to harass me and be brushed off as, meh, the prick deserved it. Yet when I decide to fight back, I get shat on even harder. And back to the topic of Ari being a fraud. I remember the Wanderer in his video was like, what reason does she have to lie? And I'm like, many reasons. The first obvious motive is to garner sympathy. There was this one dickhead who was like, respect is earned, not given. And that simply isn't true. If you want people to respect you, just claim to be a victim of rape or say that you lived in poverty for a lot of your life or something sad like that, and people won't think twice unless you're like me and she used that against you. Do you see why I don't believe her yet? No? Let's keep going. The second reason is that she lied about many other things, like how I was a pedophile or that I trained my dog to lick my genitals. The second of which is fucking ridiculous. He's a dog. They lick stuff. They lick everything. How would you even train a dog to do that? People even went so far to add self-made details like when Dingo said that I put peanut butter around my junk and lured my dog with it. And Dingo, don't you dare say it was a joke. You only turned around to say that months after rather than a minute. And even if it was a joke, it was pretty fucking disgusting. Which means you have no right to call me out for something you yourself did. Also, as mentioned before, they misquoted me many times. Like how they claimed that I said children should be raped for bad behavior. That would explain why they took my jokes out of context and took it so seriously. This also means the point about me taking a cartoon too seriously is utter hypocrisy. The reason Mantis banned me from his server was because he didn't get that I was making a joke. The third reason is that it doesn't add up. Those two bitches only brought it up after the second time I started expressing the Cartman punishment idea. Yeah, you may not know, but that wasn't the first time I expressed the idea. This creates the question why people didn't slander me over it then and only after the second time. And the answer is they wanted to create a controversy where there was none. Ari and the other bitch whose name I can't remember likely came up with it as an afterthought. And rather quite late into the conversation too. Out of the blue they just said, I'm a rape victim, and everyone just went along with it. It was all an orchestrated plan to ruin my reputation. And if you think that's ridiculous, just have a look at what they said about me. Nothing compares. So yeah, the bitch twins, as I like to call them, made it up. I hate how everyone listened to the Wanderer when he just used emotional language to make everyone feel sorry for the quote-unquote victims. It was all talk, no show. I'm actually yet to see a real reason why they endured anything. And to quickly address what I said to Ari, she was literally begging me to hurt her fifis, consistently asking me if she deserved her abuse and constantly provoking me. I don't know what she expected. People claim that I went out of my way to insult her. No, she kept fueling my anger towards her lies until I couldn't take it anymore and she got an appropriate punishment. She wanted me to say that to her so she could get more leverage. The only mistake I made was giving in to my anger. She said I deserved many horrible things before then, so she doesn't have the right to say this shit at me for something that she also did beforehand. Of course, if you just listened to her lies without asking my side of the story, you would have no idea about any of this. I doubt it's something she mentioned. I guarantee that she just lied and said, I'm a rape victim, feel sorry for me because of this guy who definitely said this shit to me out of the blue, and I said nothing to him beforehand. He just antagonized me for no reason. Or even better, claimed that I said this shit because I supported rape and pedophilia and shit, which she has no evidence for. Just like everything else. Point is, I said this shit because they said shit to me. Everything they trashed me for is something they themselves did, and they know it. They have fat fucking egos and they couldn't bear to admit they were wrong. They jumped the gun and accused me of advocating rape because they jumped to conclusions, and when they realized they were wrong, they continued to stick with it because they didn't want to look like idiots. If I have to make a part 2 or a response video to every ignorant or retarded comment, so be it. Did I do shitty things? Yes, but it was against shitty people who did the exact same thing to me beforehand. They have no right to complain. Thank you all for 100 subscribers. I have a long way to go to 1,000, but I'll have to get there eventually, right? So here's all the questions I was asked. Logan Looker asked me, what is your favorite video game? Ever since I played it, I'd say that Fallout 2 is my favorite game. I did not choose that easily. There are so many other great games like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic and Super Mario 64 DS that I played, but ultimately I went with Fallout 2. Why? It's one of the hardest games I've played, but getting past that is so satisfying, and you have unlimited freedom to do anything. I'd say the story is the best in the series, and it somehow had a shit ton of pop culture references without it feeling obnoxious. I wouldn't say Fallout 2 is for everyone, but for the hardcore RPG fans, it's one of the great classics. And this is coming from someone who played Fallout 4 first. Fallout 2 doesn't get everything right, but what it does right, it does so right that it makes it my favorite game. MoGR asks me, what is the meaning of life? Hard to say. I always assumed that we exist and that's the end of it. The answer is probably something beyond human comprehension, and I'm not sure even a supercomputer could figure it out. I have absolutely no idea. And I never really thought about it, because there will likely never be an answer. Sorry if I disappointed you with my answer, but if this is a serious question, I have no idea. Mercer Gray asked me, which YouTuber do you hate the most? Mostly YouTubers I had beef with. Before I started the Old Painful channel, I hated Lasers the most. He's a British YouTuber with over 100,000 subscribers, and he disrespected me when I joined his Discord server, with everyone calling me an idiot or a piece of shit. I've made up with one of his moderators, Synth Potato Amir, but I still hate Lasers regardless. After the whole pedophilia accusation stuff, I've come to hate both Condensa and Rogue Internet Man the most. It's a tie between the two of them, but objectively I'd say I hate Rogue more. I used to think of him as a friend, but then he started slandering me over a statement I made that he mistook as supporting pedophilia, and I became resentful of him. Communist Puppet asked me, which political ideology is the best? They're all horrible, but if I had to pick the least bad, I'd say all painfulism. Ryan Lurker asked me, what is your favorite movie? Damn, that's a hard one. I could tell you what my favorite movie is in each genre. In horror, it's John Carpenter's The Thing. In comedy, it's Ghostbusters. In science fiction, it's Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And if I had to pick a favorite over the three of them, I'd have to go with Revenge of the Sith. I used to like Star Wars. Before the dark times. Before Disney. Jim Wrench asked me, I heard you think the Empire from Star Wars are the good guys. Is this true? If so, why? Well, it depends on the context of the question. If we're including all the external source material, then yes, they are the bad guys. But if it's a film-only analysis, I think the answer is more interesting. The idea of the Empire being good is nothing new. It's a common Star Wars concept. You see, there isn't really any evidence that this galaxy suffers under the Empire's rule in the films themselves. And there's only one shitty thing they do in the original trilogy, and that's blowing up Alderaan. I started thinking about this when I saw a bunch of videos that question this concept. One channel in particular made me think about this more. The now inactive Beard vs. Geek. The channel made two videos, one about the Empire being good and the Rebels being bad. I'll link the two videos down below. I think they make a good point. I do think that George Lucas intended for the Empire to be the bad guys in his films, but I don't think he did an excellent job at conveying it. You could look at the Death Star in the same way we see nuclear bombs. They're not good, they kill people, but they partially prevented another world war. In A New Hope, it's heavily implied that Alderaan's government committed treason against the Empire by supporting the Rebel Alliance. We see more of this in Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One. So when you think about it, Alderaan was never really an innocent planet to begin with. They funded the Rebel Alliance to oppose the Emperor and the Empire, and while you could argue they could have just executed all government officials and replaced them with loyal puppets, that wouldn't prove a point. That probably would just cause more rebellion. I like to think of Alderaan like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The US killed a lot of people living there, but it was to get the Japanese to surrender. And seeing the shitty things the Japanese army did, check out my World at War historical accuracy video for more details, link in the description. Perhaps it was necessary. The point I'm making is, what if the Death Star isn't actually a weapon of fear, but actually a weapon of peace? And even if the Death Star was such a horrible weapon, it's heavily implied in A New Hope that Alderaan was a low-populated planet, meaning the Empire chose it as a target specifically so that it would actually have maximum impact with minimum casualties. When I made this video on my now deactivated Mutated Fern channel, Lasers fans were so toxic that they began calling me a fascist because the Empire were quote-unquote based on the Nazis. First, I find that it's invalid argumentation because the Empire exists in a completely fictional story, and two, they bear no similarities to the Nazis besides a few visual references, like how their uniforms look. But then again, Nazi uniforms look cool and everything in Star Wars is supposed to look cool, so maybe that was the design decision. And three, leave all the real world politics out of it and focus on the politics within the universe itself. Look, it's a long discussion, and far too long for a video like this. Just click on the videos and they'll explain it better than I do. Jim Wrench also asked me, what is your favorite song or band? I don't really have a favorite band, and I mostly listen to video game music, but I'd say my favorite song is Linkin Park's What I've Done, which played at the end of the 2007 Transformers movie. I've referenced it in my videos a few times, and I think it perfectly complements the film. For a close second, I'd have to go with M4 Part 2 by Fonts, which is the song that played at the end of the first Mass Effect game. Link to the song will be in the description. Rain Holland asked me, what is your favorite meme?
And his name is John C.
Dylan Armstrong asked me, what's your favorite Borderlands game? I haven't really played much of Borderlands, but I'd say Borderlands 2 is the best one. Olympic Titanic asked me, how do you think the Transformers 2007 DS games compare to the Revenge of the Fallen DS games, and which would you prefer to play? Love the reviews and can't wait for the next video. Thanks, buddy. But to address the question, I was thinking of saving it for the review, but if you want the short version, I prefer the 2007 games compared to the Revenge of the Fallen. I'll go into more detail in my upcoming reviews, so I hope you can wait. I don't want to give away my reasonings right away. If you have any further questions, join my Discord and message me. You can ask me whatever you like. Link in description. Peppa Pig is a pretty unimaginative show, but if you think Peppa Pig is bland, you ain't seen shit. Ladies and gents, let me introduce you to Special Agent Oso, one of the most uninspired, lazy, and poorly thought out preschool shows in existence. When I originally had this video planned, I hadn't thought about this show in years, because yes, I saw this show when it first aired. Then when it stopped airing, I instantly forgot about it. And now that I'm rewatching the show, I can see why. Since this show is long since forgotten, I thought, hey, let's take a look at this. Special Agent Oso is about the titular Oso training to become a special agent. Sounds like a basic concept for a show. You would be right. And this could be a show to put in a lot of unique and creative scenarios. We all know that children under 7 are idiots. You were an idiot, I was an idiot, and everyone was an idiot in their early years. And when it comes to entertainment, it can go one of two ways. Either one, you create a fun and creative product to make the kids relish in their young minds, or you can treat them like idiots and rush a movie out with juvenile humor and padding. Children under 7 are stupid, but that doesn't mean people in the entertainment industry have to treat them like idiots. One thing that makes Star Wars so successful is that George Lucas valued the mind of a child just as much as an adult, and as such, adults could enjoy the film too, despite the intended age range being around 12. A good kids movie, show, or video game is something adults can enjoy as well. Lots of adults play Mario, and that's because Mario is a kid's game at heart, but it's also smart in the way it handles things. It's a good challenge. So what can I say about Special Agent Oso? Well, it treats kids like they're dim-witted. This show doesn't bother to get creative with the concept at all. And why? Because every episode is the same fucking thing every single time. Let me sum up the general plot of every episode. Special Agent Oso is tasked with doing something to get a medal to progress in his training. His mentors tell him to do something in a specific way, and Special Agent Oso always forgets and fucks up. Then Mr. Dose, a computer overseer of sorts, tasks Oso with helping a kid with a menial task. Oso travels to the kid's location and helps him or her after trial and error. And then Oso gets back to his training, using his experience with the kid to help in his training, and he gets a medal for his training and for helping the kid. I've just described every single episode for you. This show just copies the first episode and changes it slightly. Oso will just have his training task changed, the kid he has to help changed, and the tasks that he has to help the kid with changed. That's it. The most unique episode is the series finale, where Oso doesn't help any kids this time, but he still goes through the same basic formula. I'm not the target demographic for this show, but they could have gotten more creative with the ideas, because this show is so predictable. The show spoils what Oso is going to do with the kids he's helping before he does it and how he's gonna do it. And the tasks aren't even interesting. As I said before, it's menial tasks like brushing your teeth or cleaning your room. And sometimes it is self-explanatory stuff like drinking from the water tap.
Oh. I've never used a water fountain by myself before. I don't know what to do.
Oh, come on! It's fucking obvious! You hold your thumb down on the button and sip the water that comes out. What training do you need? This is the most pointless episode in the show that I've seen. And I can't say if this is the worst because it's all fucking horrible. Why couldn't we have Special Agent Oso do something more exciting like, I don't know, having Oso stop a terrorist conspiracy to blow up a populated area or something? That would have been engaging, unlike the episode where Oso helps a kid play hide and seek. The stakes are so low that it's just about pointless, and half of the lessons are so useless that it feels like padding. Since they couldn't come up with a test that would actually be useful half of the time, they went with self-explanatory activities that anyone could do in 1 or 2 tries by themselves. Special Agent Oso is a fucking dolt. He is more forgetful than this guy, and he constantly breaks the fourth wall to talk to the audience for help. Yeah, it's one of those kinds of shows. He also has this annoying catchphrase.
It's all part of the plan? More or less?
And he says it every single fucking episode. It's not a good one-liner to begin with, so why does he keep saying it? To be fair though, Oso is such an idiot that it's amusing, and that brings us to a positive. This show is fucking hilarious at times. The show's stupidity works to amuse me at how incompetent the show is. And if it doesn't outright make me laugh, it will at least make me chuckle. Another positive are the clever episode titles, being parodies of James Bond films. Oh, and I think that's about it for positives. Let's get back into the crap fest. The characters are fucking retarded. Oso is a fucking idiot, and his assistant Paul Pilot is nothing but a plot device for every single fucking episode. She sings a song about 3 special steps every single time. It's okay enough for a preschool show, but when it comes to the songs Paul Pilot sings after Oso is traveling to the kid he's been tasked to help, the songs are boring and usually makes me skip them. Mr. Dose is another plot device. All he does is inform Oso about the kid's problems and awards him with medals afterwards. Then there's Oso's mentors, Wolfie and Dottie. They are so unbelievably forgiving of Oso's lethal mistakes that I guess makes them idiots too. I also don't know the point of having 2 people teach Oso. Why can't we just have one? And why do they never punish him for his serious fuck-ups? When it comes to solving the problems themselves, Oso fucks up so hard that it's hard to watch. Sometimes his goofiness feels like padding. The kid Oso never bothers to ask their parents or guardians, instead of relying on Special Agent Oso for help. That's a great lesson for the kids. Hope a fat-ass panda shows up to help you, instead of your adult figures. This is what makes the show feel even more pointless. Let's go through one of the episodes, shall we? This is quite possibly one of the worst for how gross it is. This particular episode is basically about a kid named Aiden who wants to prove to his mother that he's a big kid by, and I'm not kidding, but by going to the potty. That's fucking disgusting. Why does the episode need to be about a kid learning to take a shit? I don't want to watch that. I want to watch Oso fighting bad guys. Oso should be in a Black Ops mission to stop ISIS from blowing up the Empire State Building. That would be interesting to watch. Or hell, just do anything related to Black Ops. Oso fucks up a training exercise to sneak up on Wolfie or something. Then Mr. Dose tells him about Aiden's lack of toilet training, and Oso goes to Aiden's place. The 3 special steps for this episode are so vague, especially on step 2, that it doesn't explain that you should sit on the toilet, pull your pants down, defecate and aim your butthole down the toilet as the turd comes out, then wipe your ass with toilet paper and keep on wiping until there's no longer shit stains in your ass. After Aiden's done taking a shit, he washes his hands and the job is done. Oso goes back to his training and succeeds at his task. Then he gets his fucking reward. That's the episode. And every episode is like this. The only time the show was anywhere near cool was when Handy Manny, a character from a different Disney Junior series, showed up to help Oso. Cool crossover, but still a horrible episode. I would probably say this is the best episode, but that's really not saying much. There isn't really much else to say, because that's how lacking the show is. It's a pointless show made by some guy who had little creativity, and it shows. Special Agent Oso gets a 2.5 out of 10, being saved from a 1 due to the amusing stupidity of the show. This show was forgotten for a reason. This was just a filler show so that Disney could make money. No wonder it only ran for 2 seasons.